Sometimes called a puma, cougar, or panther, the mountain lion is powerful, secretive, and adaptable. After being absent from Nebraska for nearly a century, mountain lions are reclaiming portions of their native range in the state.
Mountain lions are native to the state of Nebraska, so they were here basically forever before European settlers arrived. When the settlers arrived, like all the other large predators, they were killed on site. They were also poisoned and trapped until they were basically extirpated. At the end of the 1800s, a lot of the native game species like deer and elk and turkeys and mountain lions were all nearly wiped out or entirely wiped out. And game laws came into the state of Nebraska and all across the country at the end of the 1890s, early 1900s. And so a lot of the game species were protected. And prey species for mountain lions like deer and elk, those populations grew rapidly throughout the 1900s. As everyone in Nebraska knows very well, there are a lot of deer around. And so as mountain lions recovered in neighboring states like Colorado, South Dakota, and Wyoming, their populations grew, the prey species populations grew, and there was ample habitat and prey species in the state of Nebraska, just waiting for mountain lions to come back into our state. And of course, they did walk across the border eventually. And in 1991, we got our first confirmation of a mountain lion in the state of Nebraska.
The 1991 confirmation resulted from the shooting of a female mountain lion in the Pine Ridge country of northwest Nebraska. Over the next 15 years, occasional observations and documentations of mountain lions occurred across the state. The randomly sighted cats were dispersing young males.
This is common with mountain lions because female mountain lions overlap their home range a lot more than males do, and young males get kicked out, and if they head east, they're searching for a female. And although there are plenty of prey species, deer and turkey, there are no females basically until you get to Florida because those females haven't spread out yet. So what we're seeing now in the state of Nebraska, especially in the eastern portion, are young male mountain lions that are looking for females and that wander almost endlessly. There's been some amazing research by South Dakota Game Fish and Parks and South Dakota State University where they radio collared cats in the Black Hills for research projects. And one of those animals from the Black Hills was actually later killed by a vehicle near Valentine, Nebraska. So we know some of their mountain lions in South Dakota have moved into the state of Nebraska. They also had another animal that was hit by a train in Oklahoma and a third animal that was killed in Saskatchewan, Canada. An extreme example is a Midwestern cat that was actually struck and killed by a vehicle in Connecticut.
In the year 2005, a pattern of cougar confirmations began to indicate a resident year-round population in northwest Nebraska. A resident recolonization could develop in other parts of the state. The Wildcat Hills south of Scotts Bluff and the Niobrara River Valley have excellent habitat. Multiple sightings have been noted in these areas, but through the fall of 2011, there has been no evidence of breeding females or kittens. If that happens, there will be consistent, detectable evidence of a local population.
What we see in the Pine Ridge area of the northwestern part of the state, so Sioux, Dawes, and Sheridan County, has really changed. And in 2005, we started seeing repeated mountain lion sightings over and over in that year and in each year since then. And that indicates a resident population. What we see in the rest of the state, we may get a confirmation of a mountain lion, but not another confirmation in that county again, or maybe not for years. But in the Pine Ridge, we were getting confirmations over and over and over. And in 2006, we documented a resident female. So that's the first step to having a population. In 2007, we got a picture of a female with kittens and also a road-killed kitten. So in 2007, it really changed in that the Pine Ridge area had started recolonizing mountain lions and a new developing population had formed about that time. And it's important to point out that mountain lions are detectable. So if you have mountain lions in a county, Dawes County for instance, we have 10 or more mountain lion confirmations each year, and you get trail camera pictures, you get tracks on snow, you have deer that are killed by mountain lions, you have mountain lions that are run over and hit by vehicles. And so if you had a resident population of mountain lions anywhere else in the state, that kind of evidence would show up. And it's not just in one year, but year after year after year, you get pictures and pictures and tracks and tracks. So anywhere you have resident mountain lions that live year-round, they're detectable.
For a residency example, consider the counties of Dawes and Polk in 2010. In Polk County, mountain lion evidence was documented by one trail camera photo. During the same year in Dawes County, mountain lions were confirmed by 4 photographs, 2 sets of tracks, 1 scat DNA sample, a road-killed kitten, and a female that was shot in a ranch yard. In this example, Dawes County shows the type of evidence typical of an area with a resident population. Polk County has evidence of a cat moving through, but no sign of females, kittens, or residency. Expanding the confirmations over the years of 2008 through 2010, this example is even more striking, with 35 confirmations in Dawes County and still just one in Polk County. To further substantiate the existence of a resident population in northwest Nebraska, the Game and Parks Commission conducted a mountain lion scat study in the summer of 2010.
We basically hired specially trained dogs, like the type used for drug dogs or bomb-sniffing dogs. So these dogs were specifically trained to detect mountain lion scat, which is feces, and this scat has the DNA of the mountain lion that deposited it. So we took these dogs across the Pine Ridge and hiked and collected these scats and GPS the locations, and our genetics lab looked to see how many unique individual mountain lions were in the area, how they were related, and we used that information to estimate the population size. And what we came up with was approximately 19 mountain lions. So there were somewhere between 13 and 28 according to our data. 19 is our working number for now. So from the genetic information that we gathered using these scat detection dogs, we identified 8 males and 5 females. And we were also able to identify relationships among those animals through the genetics. And we found out that 2 of our females were likely the mothers of of one kitten and 1 young female that we discovered. So we identified 2 likely breeding age females. So that's important when you're looking at having maybe a possible future mountain lion season or trying to figure out parameters for your population.
The scat collection effort will be repeated in the future. The phenomenon of mountain lion sightings occurs in other states, as indicated on this map of confirmations available on the Cougar Network website. Rumors that state fish and game agencies release mountain lions persist in every Midwestern state, and those rumors are false.
I think this partially comes from the misunderstanding that people have regarding how far mountain lions can travel. And obviously, as the Black Hills data shows, mountain lions can walk completely to other states, other regions, and even to the eastern seaboard. So it's no problem for any mountain lion in Colorado, Wyoming, or South Dakota to walk into Nebraska, and anywhere in Nebraska for that matter. So mountain lions can travel incredible distances. They can show up anywhere. And a lot of people, if they've lived in an area for a long time, believe that state game agencies must have stalked them if they see them for the first time. But it's just patently false. Another rumor is that the Game and Parks Commission stalked mountain lions into the state in order to control deer numbers. But mountain lions typically eat 30 to 50 deer-sized animals a year. And the small number of mountain lions in our state will never control our deer numbers entirely, and we depend on deer hunters with accurate rifles, 270s and scopes, who are out there by the thousands to control our deer numbers. And that's how we're going to continue to control deer in the state of Nebraska.
The mountain lion has a long, swooping tail. The much smaller bobcat has a stubby one. Mountain lions are large, 60 to 100 pounds for females, 100 to 160 pounds for males. Young cats may have black marks on the inside of the forelegs. The kittens are spotted. Adults are uniformly tan with dark markings on the face, ears, and tail. There has never been a documented melanistic or black mountain lion.
There are no black mountain lions. They've never been documented in the wild. There are melanistic leopards and jaguars that, for instance, you could see at the zoo, but there are no black mountain lions. So if people observe black mountain lions, they're certainly seeing some other animal.
Cougar tracks can be the same size or smaller than some dog tracks, so size is not always an accurate identifier. Dogs typically have oval tracks with claw marks present, a smaller back pad, and symmetrical toes. In short, if you see claw marks, it's not likely a mountain lion, as the cats have retractable claws. The Nebraska Game and Parks Commission has been investigating cougar observations for 20 years. A map of confirmations is available on the agency's website, outdoornebraska.org. Once at the home page, in the search box, just type Nebraska mountain lion for a fast navigation to the cougar pages. Despite this information, a rumor persists that Game and Parks denies mountain lion existence or that it requires a carcass for a confirmation. Game and Parks recognizes that many sightings may be legitimate, but the agency must adhere to scientific criteria.
For the Game and Parks Commission to make a confirmation that a mountain lion was present in an area, we need to have tangible evidence that a mountain lion was there. So we're a scientific agency, and just any evidence that shows that a mountain lion was in that area will do, and we'll confirm it. That evidence could include tracks from a mountain lion in dust or mud or sand or snow. It could be a trail camera photo. It could be hair found on a barbed wire fence. It could be scat. It could be a deer killed by a mountain lion. And in many instances, a person may have seen a mountain lion and we won't confirm it because there's no physical evidence there, but it doesn't necessarily mean the person didn't see a mountain lion.
Game and Parks is very interested in receiving photos, video, or other possible evidence of mountain lion presence. Our ongoing work to determine mountain lion populations will be the basis for deciding on whether a limited hunting season will ever take place. In Nebraska, the mountain lion became a game animal by law in 1995, but they are protected year-round. There are some common-sense exceptions to the state law
that allow people to kill mountain lions that are threatening or attacking a person, and that's common sense. But also mountain lions that are attacking livestock may be killed. Or if you've livestock that has already been killed and you believe a mountain lion killed the animal, Game and Parks will investigate that. And if it indeed has been killed by a mountain lion, we'll issue a 30-day permit to allow the owner of the livestock to kill a mountain lion if they see it, or Game and Parks will pursue the mountain lion to kill it upon request.
On occasion, authorities have killed mountain lions that have wandered into Nebraska communities.
The Game and Parks Commission has a mountain lion response plan that details what the Game and Parks Commission will do with various situations involving mountain lions, including mountain lions that end up in the city, as has happened recently in Kearney, but has happened in Scottsbluff and a number of other cities. And under this policy, if a mountain lion enters a municipality, if we can safely kill it, we're going to kill it in order to err on the side of safety of the people who live in that area. And we get a lot of strong emotional responses from people about this, but again, we're going to err on the side of safety for people. And people also need to understand that just because these instances are in the news and in the media, in no way means that the Game and Parks Commission is killing each mountain lion we document. We've documented nearly 150 instances of mountain lion presence in the state of Nebraska, and only a very small minority of those have been inside city limits where we've had to kill the animal.
Many suggest that a mountain lion be dart tranquilized and relocated. A cat's reaction to being darted can be variable. It can immediately run off, or the animal may slowly succumb and remain where darted. On May 11th of 2011, a mountain lion in El Paso, Texas was darted twice but continued to run from authorities. Unfortunately, the drug did not work satisfactorily and the animal was eventually killed by police.
And we often get the question of why don't you tranquilize the mountain lions and release them into the country? Well, as a native Nebraskan, I well know that the country is actually someone's private property. And in the state of Nebraska, more than 90% of the state is privately owned. And we have no public areas large enough to keep a mountain lion from almost immediately walking onto private property. So unlike neighboring states, we don't have the option of tranquilizing mountain lions and releasing them. Additionally, using tranquilizers is not an exact science. The tranquilizer darts are often inaccurate. You may not hit the animal where you meant to hit it, and the drugs don't take effect immediately. So you may have a partially drugged mountain lion running through part of an occupied city, and this poses an additional danger to the people inside the town.
Mountain lion encounters are rare. The cats usually run away from our presence without our knowledge of their existence. But there are some common sense rules to remember in the unlikely instance you run across a mountain lion.
You should stand your ground. You should not run because that can trigger the predatory instinct like people are familiar with dogs, where if you run away they'll chase you. So stand your ground, try to look as big as you can. If you have a backpack or a jacket, open it up and try to intimidate the mountain lion. And if it does attack, you should fight back. If you have children with you, you should pick up your children because their instinct is often to run away.
Yes, there are mountain lions in Nebraska. With healthy populations of prey species like deer, it will be interesting to see what the future holds for the populations of this majestic, high-profile, but secretive species.